let us also read what Paul wrote in the book of 2 Timothy in chapter 1 and in verse 7. He wrote, "For God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but of ability and love and sound thinking." God did not give us a spirit of cowardice. That refers to being cowardly, a cowardly spirit, a spirit having the distinctive quality of timidity, in awe and fearful regarding different circumstances and situations. God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but on the contrary, God gave to us a spirit described with the qualities of ability, able power or capability. And it is a spirit of love. That's that agape kind of love, God's kind of love. You can refer to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 for details on God's kind of love. And God gave us that same spirit as the quality of sound thinking. Thoughts in its mind that are sound, are safe in God's viewpoint, with prudence, thoughts in alignment with our salvation. Continuing on, let us look at the book of 1 Corinthians in chapter 12, where Paul talks about the Spirit manifesting or evidencing itself to the person in whom it resides. Paul talks about 9 contributions from the Spirit within. In 1 Corinthians chapter 12, let's begin in verse 7. "But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to each person," that's referring to each holy person, those who have received that gift of Holy Spirit within us. The manifestation of the Spirit is given to each person towards the thing contributing. "For indeed, for which contribution a word of wisdom is given by means of the Spirit, so it contributes word of wisdom. But for another contribution, a word of knowledge according to the same Spirit. But for a different contribution, belief in the same Spirit. But for another contribution, gracious gifts of healings in the Spirit. But for another contribution, inworkings of ability. For another contribution, prophecy. For another contribution, through judgments of spirits. For a different contribution, genera of tongues. But for another contribution, interpretation of tongues." And verse 11 reads, "But the one and the same Spirit inworks all these, diverging to each person according as it deliberately determines." In my video sessions on the book of 1 Corinthians, I have detailed all of these verses, and you may refer to those video sessions. 1 Corinthians chapter 12.